Hello Foxpack and welcome back to Five Nights Before Freddy's. Now this is the 420 mode as promised. Now actually it only took me 2 attempts, I believe, if I counted right. If I remember right, that is. Now the first attempt I failed at 1 AM, I believe. It was due to Chica. I can't remember why. But I can talk pretty much this whole time. There's only going to be one time. But yeah, it took me 2 attempts. And because the first attempt was so short and the second attempt was the one I got it, if I do remember it correctly. And I'm pretty sure I do because all I did was overlook my footage and name and basically do some other stuff that's not very important. Yeah, basically now I'm recording the post commentary and there's no phone call, obviously, like there usually isn't on a 7th night. But if you're wondering why like the thing's so long for if you're wondering about the video so long, like basically half the length of the previous video of Five Nights Before Freddy's, that is because of the fact that that I actually do the endless mode here, which is what happens and is a part that I'll actually have to be quiet on, because of the fact that I actually tried endless mode for the first time here during this thing, and because of that I'm not sure if it always does this call thing or not. If it doesn't, then I'm glad I was recording when I did it. But I figured, nah, a like 10-minute video doesn't feel like it's gonna suit you guys. So I decided to test out endless mode, and what happens to me in endless mode is just absolutely crappy. Like, I swear, I absolutely hate what happened to me in endless mode. Like, you guys will see it, but still. Basically, I'll tell you guys what happened now, and then you'll see it and be like, why, Foxy, did that have to happen? But basically, what happened to me in endless mode is, okay, so say there is a 4th hidden star, but it's something that you have to do in endless mode, and like, say on normal endless mode, considering there is 2 modes, randomized and normal. Say in normal endless mode, where it goes from 0 to 25 on all of them, changing their AI up by 1 each time. I believe this might be where I die. Actually, no, I died to Chica. Why would this be where I die? If I recall right, I died to Chica. Yep, this is where I die. It was like a glitch for a second, because if you noticed, it was doing the icon of her being in the room instead of still being outside. And it was like, I obviously can't hear it right now, but it was doing the sound of her walking through the room as well. So I was like, wait, is this like some sort of bug? Does it think I still have the power off? But no. Anyway, this is the attempt where I do actually do 420 mode. But yeah. Basically what happens is normal mode, I was right in saying what I did before. I just don't think I explained randomize right or at all. Which is that normal endless mode is where basically they start out at 0, just like normal, or just like randomized would, and every 45 seconds they get 1 point of 1 point of stuff added to them. Excuse me, I just burped into my mic. And then that happens for obviously endlessly, as is the name of the mode, endless mode. And then there is whatever it's called. By the way, this is probably the worst starting out that I ever had. Just want to note that real quick. But anyway. But yeah, I got them all the way up to, like, say the 4th final star is for getting them from 0, because like I was at like the endless mode for almost 20 minutes, like literally almost 20 minutes. and say that the endless mode is for up to from 0 to 25 on normal, like I said, because randomized doesn't really have an ending because it switches between their what number they could be at random. Anyway, say it does that, and or say it does give a star. I got them all the way up to 24 before I died. And if I recall correctly, I might be recalling wrong, but if I recall correctly, it was because of the fact that I actually did not respond to Freddy in time. And before my computer dies, making this post commentary useless, I have to plug in my computer. So hold on, I just bumped into my desk, is what I was gonna say. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry if sounded like I was like, I don't know, talking via echo. But yeah, if I recall correctly, in my endless mode, I died because I didn't respond to Freddy fast enough. Because in endless mode, you can get up to 200% power, but if you're above 100% power, then your power automatically drains much quicker due to some sort of code that it literally says on screen each time you have over 100% power. But they made it, 39 games made it to where Shadow Freddy, as you just saw in the thing, assuming that the audio was actually laid down properly this time. On the previous video, it was actually laid down in a sort of bugged way to where my voice was further along than it was intended to. They're actually more behind, technically. I don't know, one of those two. But it was either further along or more behind. But yeah. Anyway, I died to Freddy. I don't know, I don't assume that there's a 4th star, because why would he make the 4th star like gold, or the 4th star? Why would he make the 3rd star gold? Because like the first one that you get for completing the first 5 nights is bronze, and I need to pull my mic closer up to my face. The first star that you get is bronze, and then the 2nd star is gold, or the 2nd star is silver. Jeez, I can't talk. And then the 3rd star you get for beating 20/20/20/20, or 420 if you prefer, is gold. So yeah. Anyway, from the looks of it, assuming that they share the same brightness, this video and the previous video are going to have the same brightness, that being darker, but videos always get uploaded darker, so nothing to be expected there. Or nothing that isn't expected there. One of those two. I don't know, man. Unlike before where I had stuff to talk about, this one, aside from some of the stuff that happens in it, I don't have stuff to talk about. All I have to talk about is like what I'm seeing in front of me, which is completely silent because of the fact I don't have my splitter anymore. And even if it wasn't silent, I'd have it like turned down to like 10% or something like that, so that I could hear myself talking better and weren't slurring my words together. And even then I slur my words together because I'm an idiot. But yeah, the best way I can describe, I guess I can describe endless mode before you guys see it, considering I still do have 3 hours and a cutscene, a very short cutscene, but a cutscene. But yeah, how I can describe endless mode normal and probably endless mode random is probably ultimate custom night. It's not like you're in a different office or anything, but that's probably the best example I can give in terms of like comparing it to something that which is Ultimate Custom Night. I mean, cause like think about it. Is there any other FNAF game where there's a mode where you literally just need to last for as long as you can? I don't think there is. I can't think of one off the top of my head personally. But yeah. I mean, even if Ultimate Custom Night doesn't have one, still, it's the closest that it comes to being one, considering all the characters that are in it. By the way, I'd just like to note something real quick. When Foxy became like in his third phase, I believe that's third phase. Yeah, that's third phase. I always get the phases confused because whenever Foxy starts blinking, because he starts out on phase 1, always, whenever Foxy starts blinking, that's technically phase 2, even though to the player that's like phase 1. So whenever he moves again, that's technically phase 3, so that the next one you're dead. But anyway, whenever Foxy moved to phase 3, even though to the player it's technically 2, I was absolutely panicked because I think aside from this, and I think maybe one other exception of a time where I either A, died to someone else, or B, it was at the near end of the night anyway. I don't think I've ever survived a time where Foxy went into his third phase and ended up alive. Because like literally in my previous video of this, where I just played through it and then showed you guys that I'd be doing, or told you guys that I'd be doing 420 mode next, and told you about the fact that I'd be doing a 420 mode video, and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. You guys. I don't know. Do you guys enjoy my content? I don't know. You guys watch my content, so, well, some of you do. So at least some of you understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, here's the cutscene. It might not appear for you. It was pretty dark for me, but watch it. Alright, so if you couldn't see it there, because it was pretty hard to see, amongst all that static was a 2. Like, it was like being thrown vertically up and down. And I like show you guys all the animations and such, which I hope, let me just see this real quick. Well, the animations aren't being shown quite yet, but still. But yeah. Like, see, there's an unused Golden Freddy thing. It's either unused or an Easter egg that I haven't found yet. But yeah, there's all the jump scares, which you only get to see. Actually, no, you do get to see all of them. Anyway, here's the animations. There's Bonnie walking, Chica walking, and then Freddy just doing his sort of breathing-esque thing. Anyway, here's your office. There's the show stage, which Freddy is practically invisible. There's the party room, there's Foxy, there's the West Hall, there's the East Hall, and there's the corridor, which is also practically invisible. And that's with the light on it, so that shows you just how bad it is. Anyway, here's endless mode. You are stuck in the studio, there's no way out. Power drains faster, but you can gain more power up to 200% by avoiding Shadow Freddy. AI will become more difficult than 420 mode. How long can you survive? Select mode. Normal, the AI levels raised by 1 every 45 seconds, level 25 being the max. Randomized, the AI randomizes between levels 0 to 25 every 60 seconds. That's basically what choosing random does on the final night as well. It basically like selects each animatronic to be random. So like you could be really unlucky and get like Foxy, Freddy, and I don't know, Bonnie all on 25. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet.
Clyde.
Alright, there's the code I was talking about, the power overload, which is apparently code 114009017. I'm not sure if that has any significance, but whatever. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you could, so basically whenever you're selecting random, like choosing whatever, like, you understand what it does. Basically, you select random on final night. You could get really unlucky and have Foxy, Freddy, and Bonnie and or Chica become all level 25, but have just one animatronic stay on 0. Or 1, whichever one it allows. I'm not sure if it allows them to be on 0. I've never tried that, but still. But yeah, I assume it allows them to be on 0, considering in this it starts them on 0. But yeah, now you guys can watch me, I don't know, just play through this for, I think it's around 18 minutes, like 18 minutes and 40 something seconds before I die. And I die purely because of the fact that I had to like flip the camera up for Shadow Freddy, and then I was already prolonging normal Freddy too much, and like if Shadow Freddy hadn't appeared, and I could put the thing up, then I could have done it, because I didn't know, and I don't know, and I didn't want to test out if turning off the power will prevent Shadow Freddy, and because I don't know if like Shadow Freddy will kill me and completely end the thing, I didn't want to find out. So it was like being pushed between, it was basically like you were being crushed. Like, it's literally like being crushed between a wall with a giant stone hammer. Or maybe it's like standing up in a pool of piss. Like standing in a pool of piss up to your neck, and then someone comes in with a bag of someone else's diarrhea, and it's like, what do? Do you stay up and take on the diarrhea, or do you duck down and take on the piss? I don't know, but still, that's disgusting. I apologize. Anyway, yeah, by the way, I'd like to note, as you can see, right now they're all only on 4. They literally just changed to 4. But Foxy is already on, or well, he's technically on phase 1. I was gonna say he's already on phase 2 because I saw it blinking for some reason. But all of them are being extremely active for some reason, and they're only on 4. They're not even on 5 yet. Which for normal Five Nights at Freddy's game is typically the turnaround for when they start becoming active, considering on the normal nights they don't get anywhere near 20. But yeah, you can see that unless I need to like access the power board, I typically have a pretty good reaction time for flipping up the thing for Shadow Freddy, even if I don't ever anticipate him being there. And there are times where I'll flip it down and he'll just immediately be there again, which goes to show, gotta English properly, but like I said, which goes to show how much he increased, that being he being 39 games, which goes to show how much he must have increased like Shadow Freddy's spawn rate in this in endless mode specifically. I mean, if you guys request it, I could do a video completely based on randomized mode, considering randomized mode would be like turning the night itself into a 60-second night, just making every 45 seconds an hour. Not that like they change every 45 seconds. I know they change every 60 seconds, but just make like every 45 seconds an hour. or something like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know, I feel like it'd be interesting. Wait, actually, that makes me wonder, on whenever you choose random, like, I'm gonna tell you guys this now just in case you guys downloaded the game and play it for yourself, in which case it might be too late, considering I typically wait 1 to 2 days before uploading videos in a row, even if they're of the same thing. Excuse me. But if considering if randomized functions exactly like okay, so what I'm trying to say is that how random works on Final Night, aka the customizable night, is that basically you choose it, and then say you beat it or you fail it, whichever one. You will, if you go back to the menu, you will see what they were on, and more likely than not, unless by some miracle they're all the same thing, they will all be different, most likely, like at least 99%, or at least rather a 1 out of 25% chance. And by 1 out of 25% chance, that is, I mean, just 1 out of 25. And I don't know the math to figure that out in terms of 25 out of what, so don't ask me in the future, because I'm recording this in the past. Anyway, you'll notice, just real quick, that it's I noted before that the nights themselves last about 8 minutes. It's not even 8 minutes yet. It is literally just past 7 minutes. I'm hitting 7:20 right now, and they are about to hit 10. Like, their next AI change will turn them to 10. Not to like 210, but yeah, they just turned to 10. And it's not even 8 minutes yet, and yet the nights themselves last about 8 minutes. Meaning if the normal nights function like this each time, like not from 0 to 10, or not from 0 just like in every 45 seconds they get more, but just that in general they get higher, then that goes to show like how tough the normal nights would be. Not that up until this point it was too hard, especially in terms of power, because I mean, like, you'll see that like later on, instead of flashing rapidly, I think I started doing it now, that instead of flashing rapidly, I hold it on Foxie, because the fact that I'm like, okay, Shadow Freddy's appearing, even if he doesn't appear a lot, sometimes he gives like 20% at a time, so yeah. But anyway, back to my point. How random functions in Custom Night, as I said, is that you click it, more likely than not, they will not be the same whether you win or lose, and check out what stats they are. They will more likely than not be different. At least one of them will more likely than not be different. So what I'm trying to say is, does randomized and endless mode function like that does, or does it function as in like this does, in the fact that unified as a group, they all turn into that mode, or all turn into that number? Because like if it's randomized, then how would they all like predict and turn into that number, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It seems really confusing, and that's probably because I'm making it a lot more confusing than it is. But yeah, the video, I believe it chops off 1 second, so the video is perfectly, I'm not talking about YouTube, by the way, even though YouTube does, but I believe VLC Media Player, whichever you prefer, but I believe VLC Media Player and YouTube both chop off 1 second. YouTube chopping off a second from VLC Media Player. So for you guys, it should be something like 34 minutes and 58 seconds, assuming I don't have to cut off any of the actual video. Piece of my hair. And for you guys, and for me in recording, I accidentally made it, assuming that VLC Media Player does chop off 1 second naturally. I perfectly recorded a 35 long minute video. I mean, it was completely unintentional if I did, but I did. I don't know how I'm just noticing this. By the way, I believe I mentioned it in the previous video, but even if I didn't, or even if I did rather, I'll mention it again, that I only beat this in my spare time once, that being beating it through the game once, and that I was just trying to beat it through normal mode once, and that I had only gotten to the second night on normal. And while I was just like not feeling like the time to play it on normal at the moment, I felt that, hey, if I can record it, which I was opening it with Fraps open to see if I can, I believe I put it in I believe I put it on the Portal 2 speedrun unfinished video in the description. I believe I said, sorry for the fact that this is unfinished, but I believe I have something that I might be able to play, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but if I didn't, I meant to, or I'm thinking about another video. But this is what I meant. But at the time, I still didn't know if whether or not I could record this. So before knowing whether or not I could, I tested it out by just opening it with Fraps open, not to actually record it, but to see if the Fraps counter opened to record it. And by opened, I mean was actually on the screen and I could see it, because like literally with every game, that's how I know whether or not it's able to be recorded with Fraps, is if the Fraps counter, the Fraps FPS counter is there and able. Also, it's been like, I technically, because I don't think that the ending itself is too much different. If it is, then I'm very sorry that I couldn't finish it, and still can't finish it. But Misao, I believe it was like my second to last series, third to last series, something like that. I don't know, one of those two. It had to be cut short due to the fact that for some reason, I don't know why, it just suddenly didn't want to work on my computer anymore. Like attempting to reinstall it wasn't working, adjusting its properties wasn't working, and one thing that might work, but I don't want to do, is to factory reset my computer, because then I'll lose a bunch of stuff on my computer that I want to keep, which really sucks. So even if because like that's like first world problems at its finest, is the fact that I could continue even though it'd be really short, considering the main thing would be the truth and stuff with the male protagonist, because that's mainly all I have to do is finish the regular thing with the true male protagonist and then the truth thing with the male protagonist. But yeah. Anyway, is that in order to fix it, like in order to fix Misao, like assuming that this would work. Also, this is the point where it turns into 420 mode constantly, and gets us jeez, can't talk, and gets harder and harder. My nose. Anyway, yeah. I don't know, it's just that, like, even if I, like, put all the stuff I wanted to keep on a flash drive, like, and that's including my save data for all my games that I have, like Steam, Discord, all my games, save data and all that, like, basically pretty much everything. Like, I'd need numerous flash drives for that. But still, assuming that I could get everything onto one or numerous flash drives, mainly my recording stuff, considering there'd be no way that I'd be getting those back. Because my brother, how he got these for me, that being, not Audacity, he didn't get Audacity for me, I got it myself. But how he got, like, fraps and such for me was through pirating. And I know that I'm admitting that on a public YouTube video that I'm posting, but still. And he doesn't pirate things anymore. So if I lose this stuff by, say, oh, I don't know, doing what I'm talking about, that being factory resetting my computer, then he's not gonna get it back to me. I'm not gonna be able to get it back. Which would really suck. Anyway, this is 423, the second to last difficulty that I was able to achieve, because apparently, I guess technically speaking, because of the fact that I died on 424, means that 423 is my highest pay grade I can achieve. So, yeah, for the length of time of a night, I could probably do 423 at most. 424, completely debatable, and 425, completely out of my league. Even though it's only 1 degree higher, but still. Yeah. It's somewhere within this amount of time. But yeah, I believe this is when it happens. Right about here. Yep, there it is. Boop, there it is. But yeah. Sad. I was so pissed at myself when that happened because of the fact that I had like, what, 10 more seconds until the next AI change? So I just let this animation play through. Because I was that pissed at myself. I was like, God, why? Why did I do this? Why, God? You can't give me another chance? I mean, technically you can, but still. But, yeah. I even look here and be like, man, I hate myself. I hate myself right now. All of them are on 24. I only had 10 seconds to go. But yeah, those are the 3 stars. That's 5 nights before Freddy's, and I'll see you later, Fox Pack, because I don't need to see you anymore, I guess. Anyway, like I said, see you later, Fox Pack.